Dance Art Festival 2020. Right now here I have my guest with me. We have DJs that cannot play for the live event, but we let them play here and they made some music for us. We have DJ Y from originally Morocco, now he's from Berlin. Zero for El Cabra. Yeah. Yes. And we have DJ Vunky usually from Mannheim, now he's from Potsdam, yes, representing Soul Kitchen. Okay guys, let's have a little conversation. First thing, you were dancers before you came DJs, is it true?
That's true, yeah.
When did you start DJing? Why did you start DJing? Was there something missing when you were a dancer that you thought you could make it better? Did you think for another opportunity to express yourself? What was the reason to start DJing?
If I talk about myself, I'm dancing like for 11 years, and you can't have an event without a DJ. But at the same time, you can't have a DJ without an event. So when I was like going into the battle community very deep and traveling here and there for events, I would meet different DJs and see different styles of music. Yeah, this is life. Some of them are good, some of them are not. But I wouldn't say it was easy for me to go from dancing to DJing, because dancer knows what dancers want. So this was an advantage that I used that makes the way a little bit like the beginning, because the beginning is hard, made the beginning a little bit easier for me because I knew already what I want and what I need. When I go event now, local events in Germany, and I'm playing there, and in the pre-selection I know every single dancer, so it's pretty simple for me to know what I play, and that makes it easier for me before I go to the event to prepare my sets and my music while I search for music, what I need and what I not. This event I have to play this, not this. This event I have to play this and not this. Of course, besides parties and others, yeah.
I started dancing, I think 10 years ago, with popping and locking. And then I met Rob Lorray from Nuremberg on the Asia Power Crew. And then he invited me for the team battle Funkenstyle in Stuttgart, which we won the qualify. And I met Dennison. He's a house dancer from Frankfurt now. He lives in Frankfurt. And yeah, we were really deep connected. And he said one day, like, yo, bro, why you should like try to DJing? Because you love music, you love to share with us, and you have a really good taste. And I thought like, yeah, why not? And I tried on my own dance event in Mannheim, and was a really great feedback. And after seconds of my own dance event, which I played again, there was my first request to play in another dance event in Wiesbaden for a b-boy battle and hip-hop, and then started with this. And in this time I developed myself into music and the musicality, and my ear from that is totally different of listen to music very carefully, and it changed my dance. It changed like flowing more into the music, just not to think more, be like just trust the music if you follow it. And from that it changed everything, like my isolation, the way I going into music change it. And yeah, that was really helpful for my dance and expression. And I really recommend everybody, when they go into more dance and musicality, just listen to music really carefully, like what does the sounds mean for you, what is the emotion of that chords or that sound. Yeah.
It's crazy because you said being a dancer helped you to be a DJ, and you say being a DJ helped you to be a better dancer.
Yes.
So it's like a circle going around.
Yeah.
I said you can't.
The mic.
I said you can't have one without the other.
Yeah.
You should. If you're dancing at a certain point in your dance career, you have to take care of the music. For me, as a dancer, what makes our movements different and how we listen to the music, because we can get the same style, the same basic, but you give us the same song and we're gonna dance differently because each one sees it from a different way. Each one knows the music. I hear something he doesn't. He hears something I don't. So you can't have this without the other one.
Nice. What's the main difference to be a DJ for a battle, or if you play at a party? What is the main thing you have to focus if you just play for a party or a jam, or for a battle you have basically more songs, I guess. They have to change quicker. What is the main thing you have to focus on?
I learned, or how I focus in battles now is the difference between in a party and in a battle is the music, especially for dancers to create something, to challenge them, different sounds, different rhythms, and different eras in the time. So the hip hop is starting in 80, 19, 20, and really different sounds. And the rap is also changing, everything is changing. And for me, I have my list in my playlist on my program in different styles. But in the moment right now, I feel that people need something what they being kind of comfortable, but challenge. And this is for me what I'm going to play, like be more like challenge them, creative, but something a sense of the music, like hip hop or house, the essence. And the party is more like, for me, really empathy way, what they need right now in this moment. When I start, for example, in the warm up, I cannot play like hard party music. We need to build up the vibe, the atmosphere, to warm up something, and then we create more and more and more. So it's more like a trip, like a boat trip, you know, something starting and then it's going far, like fireworks, something like that, and then chilling. So it's like that for me.
It's nice. I like the boat trip.
Firework.
Firework.
For me, I agree. It's mostly you will find yourself not taking care of the dancers. You will take care of the vibe of the room where you are. So if I'm playing for the battles, 1 versus 1, 2 versus 1, 2 versus 2, 5 versus 5, it doesn't matter. Before, like, this is what I do. I don't know how other people do it. I have to get a list of the battles. I have to see the names, who's battling who, and I see the vibes. I see this guy against this guy does this style, this guy does this style. So I have to find like a music that they both meet in the middle, and they have to challenge themselves. And it's also a challenge for me because I'm putting my stuff to the test. I see how he's gonna react to mine and how he's gonna react to mine, and so on and on. So this is how we see it in battle. At the end, for dancers in a battle, a lot of dancers I know from my experience, they don't care what the DJ is playing. They do their thing. But on the other side, the DJs, they care so much about what they're given. They're very careful. But for the party, it's just about the vibe. If I'm in the party and I'm seeing that only the battle dancers are still in there, I have the chance, I can just play hardcore music. But if I look around and I see that the parents are also dancing with, and the friends of the dancers that have no idea about dancing, then you have to find a compromise. You have to play something for everybody to dance on. Doesn't matter. It could be very old music that everyone knows. Then you create a fun and an atmosphere. It's the same also for the warm-up. When people are coming in the room, you're playing, you're going slow until you create a vibe for the people to get ready for the battles. So for me, you can have a good music and you can have good skills, but you should take care of the room in general.
Since you're the host, you were
They're coming for
to
you.
provide good music.
Yeah.
It's a kind of trusting. Like if you're going airplane, of course you have some scared, like something happened, and the people on the team they give you like a comfortable trusting it's gonna be a good fly, and this is also like me in DJing. If they trust me, giving you the trust of this trip, okay, we can go slowly and then going down easily. Yeah,
You like traveling, don't you?
sure. I like traveling a lot. I miss it now.
Yeah, we all do.
Yeah.
When you're DJing on a battle, how important is it to you to play the favorite tracks that maybe become famous from the last big battles and everybody is expecting them, you know? And if you do play those songs, do you sometimes change them with effects or something, or make them different transitions between them to change the
You mean in a battle?
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's always this one song, everybody knows the song already, and it starts playing, everybody knows, okay, everybody knows what to expect and how the energy is. Is it important to play these songs? Is it important to not play them songs? So people are not like kind of prepared because they know the music already.
I think to play the favorite track in this time is or the magic way is to put the music in the right time in the right room. Like some people like I saw Jusubu that one year, I don't know the year, but there was a favorite track playing always in every country, the same track, the popping track. And I watched this and I had to play few weeks later in Jusubu, Germany. And I liked this track too, but I saw it's played already in the qualifying before. And to me, it was like bored to play it again because it's something like to be commercial. And for me, as an artist, to think more another way, which is more be what is like my style, what is my flavor. And I didn't play it, and I played more my style, and sure, it's a kind of another taste as a DJ. It's just a difference. Yeah.
Yeah, I have the same thing actually. I feel the same. If there's a song that is running in battles in the last past months, and I'm gonna play an event where the people that were in the other battles gonna be there as well. So beside thinking that I'm annoyed from the song, I have to think that these people heard it enough already. And it's not a problem to play it again. It's super fine. You just have to find the moment and the reason why I'm playing this song. So it could, this has happened to me before. It could be for fun because it's about fun as well. There was a friend of mine battling another friend of mine, yeah? And we're all in the same crew. And there was an all-style battle, and they're both popping dancers. I played them a popping song. Second round, I played again a popping song. Third round, I played again a popping song. And it became funny. And I played 3 songs that everyone knows. And it was very fun, like atmosphere. And the rounds, they were very cool, and everybody liked it. So if you find the right moment, a reason to play something, doesn't matter if it's famous or not. If we care too much about this, then you wouldn't hear Busta Rhymes anymore in battles, or you wouldn't hear Wu-Tang or something, because we heard it enough. But when we go again deep in music talk, the classics are classics. And this music that is annoying us now is going to be classics for the next generation. So it might be more fun for them to play it. But for us, it's like, you know? You know what I mean? Yeah, this is how I see it. But it's not, it depends when and why you play it.
Yeah. And the question about the effects, if we do put in effects in the battle, sometimes For example, in house, we reduce the low, the kick in the bass, and then put it on the next one. It's like to to push the emotion more of that. Or if after the breakdown it's coming up, and then I put sometimes more the bass because of the feeling of the bass is much stronger, and the people and dancers can have more energy of that. So it's kind of pushing something, but not like being crazy in the party doing scratches, something like that. So just feeling what they need to push more with some effects or adding more frequencies.
Yeah, I use as well, not often, but what he means is I would use this method all the time, actually, just people don't hear it. But to go from a song to the other one, you need effects, you need transitions, you need flavor to go from here to here without breaking the rhythm and keeping the vibe going, and people won't notice that you changed. And for battles, I use it in a funny way sometimes. Like I'm playing in a song that everyone knows, and there's an effect that all the dancers is waiting for, and when it's there, I might just take it out. You know? Or when it comes, I loop it from the beginning, and it's not there. So stuff like this happens. Maybe I will add a delay sometimes on the snare that it pops twice, or I would take a kick away, or I would filter the lows, as he said, or the highs sometimes. It's no problem with these, as long as you don't crazy, like he said. But people start scratching and switching from decks and all that. This is
too much.
It's too much. Because I'm dancing, I see it, I'm dancing. And 1, 2, 1, 2, I'm annoyed. I don't want to hear this. So, yeah.
I always hated that in a club. You know,
They do this in the club.
They get down and then they start doing things that I cannot do.
They play a song, you know, and you're waiting for the drop, and he's scratching, bring it back from the beginning. You know, it's terrible.
It's a bad pilot, right, for the trip?
It's terrible.
It's terrible. But, yeah.
Okay, let's switch over to music production, because these two guys also produced tracks for our freestyle sessions, and we just gave them simple ideas like what we're gonna like for the different kind of dancing we're gonna have inside. So let's talk about music production. When did you start with that? After DJing, was it coming together? What was the idea of sitting down and making your own beats?
It was after DJing, but funny actually, I was interested in this before I start DJing, but it was very hard to get in. That's why I kind of used DJing, because it was easy for me to come in it. And from DJing to producing, it makes a lot of sense then. Great producers, they've been DJs before. 80% DJs or beatboxers, they have something to do with music. If you have nothing to do with it and you say, okay, I'm just gonna start produce, you have a hard time. You're gonna make it, of course, if you want, but I'm not gonna say it's gonna take longer than being a DJ before, but it's gonna be a little tougher. So being a DJ, making mixes, listening to music all the time, looking for music, makes you hear music differently, and you have interest. You listen to, first time I remember listening to a sub bass. All this great hip hop boom bap music, they have sub bass in them. And I'm like, doesn't sound like a real bass. What is this? And then a friend said, it's a synth bass. And I'm like, where can you buy this? I thought it's a hardware, you know? And then he said, no, you can buy a synth, but you can also have it as a program. And I was like, interesting. And you start being interested in sounds. You hear some weird sounds, like you hear wind sound, but it's not real. Like, how do you make a wind sound? So I'm more interested in sounds back then. And then you start making your own music. You put this sound with this one, see how it's gonna sound. And from there you start finding your own way and finding your own style. You start trying stuff out. I'm gonna do a reggae song, and then you go search. Reggae drums are different than other drums. They have different counting. You say, I'm gonna do an R&B song. They have different rhythms, different. It's a big world, and I was interested in it. That's why I got in. When you're in there, you don't listen to the music like normal people. You start the song and you're like, all right, use a filter, okay. You know this too. And then, wow, I like the ping pong delay. And people there, what are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? It's nice. It's a nice world.
Yeah. We are also starting producing after DJing. In DJing, I use also like edits for battle dancers, give it a loop or something, a whole track, just using the interesting parts, and upload on SoundCloud. And also I have ideas in my mind when I'm DJing to use the sample and looping and doing like my own drum kits and stuff. And I'm asking for myself, like maybe I try to produce. And Joseph Wu is also a music producer, and I ask him like to help how I start, and then it begins to creating more stuffs. And yeah, it helps me also a lot in dancing. So funny, because if you create your own track, you going also to have a storytelling. And how to start with storytelling, it depends where you start, with the intro or starting like with the drum kits and stuff, rhythm and everything is there. So when I analyze everything, how I would like to start in a producing, I also thinking about how I starting in dancing. So in many tracks they have good like intro and going up, and in dancing as well, like I'm not starting with the high energy first in the intro, so I'm going within, and it's also great experience with that in DJing, dancing and producing. Yeah.
Okay, nice. Guys, last question I have is this. When you start producing a song, do you go in with a focus, you're going to make a popping song or a house track, or does it evolve while you're working on something because you have inspiration from an instrument or like a sound, like you say, and you work something around, or are you like focused on making like, okay, this has to be a funk song, this has to be like more hip-hop based? How do you work like this?
To me, it's I have something like sounds in my mind, like back in the days, and soundtracks from video games or in movies, and then it's like a loop to me, and it's something that's stuck in my mind. Oh damn! I need to record it, and it's starting. In this case, another case is I'm just trying to flow. Which sounds I would like to have, for example, okay, boom bap, and I use the drum kits, and then to find out, to search, and just to be in this world, to go more deep, and then it creates sometimes good, sometimes not, but it's a good experience, and also it helps me a lot to have a good workflow. Yeah.
Most of the time, I really don't have a specific genre or a flavor that I want to make. It can be that I wake up and say, all right, I'm going to do a funk song, or I want to do an R&B song. This never happened with me at all. It's at the beginning, when I was finding my way, I would watch people on YouTube and see what they do and how they do it. And one guy once, I was scrolling YouTube and there was a video, these videos, make a beat in 5 minutes. And I'm like, all right. And and like, it can happen. And I clicked, and then he said, it's not fast. You don't make the beat fast. If your idea is ready, then the beat is faster. And I was like, okay, makes sense. And then he went to Spotify, and he had a playlist called like Homework. and he just scrolls through music, he throws in there, and he listens, and then he found a song that he was vibing to at the moment, because in another moment you won't vibe to it, you'll vibe another one. So he was vibing to this song, and I'm like, I like this. He downloaded it, and he put it on his program, in his arrangement view, and start lining up his drums the same way the other producer did. So he would hear boom, boom, ka. He would put his 2 kicks here and his snare here. And when he has a nice groove of drums, he would take the other beat away. And then he has a start. And I start doing this at the beginning. Sometimes the drums, you make them, but you don't like them. And then you have to move on. You maybe say, I like the melody, I'm going to try to make something similar. So stuff like this, like exercises, they give you a start. This is just a method out of a lot to use when you start making music. When you wake up and say, all right, I'm going to make some music now. Sometimes I just sit down there and I go randomly in my samples, and I pick one and I hear something very cool. And I'm like, I'm going to make something this. And something comes out, but I never have a specific genre I'm going to make soul out of this, or going to make funk out of this. I never have this. Sometimes I also listen on radio or TV or something, and I hear a song there and I say Shazam it, because I hear something that I can do with it, and it just come out. Sometimes it sucks. Sometimes you sit there for hours and you're like, this is trash, and you just throw it away.
Yeah.
But this is how it is. For me, for the people who want to do music, or who are doing music and having a hard time, don't think too much. Just sit there and start. If you don't make up something, come back later, another day, another month, start again. One day we'll find a way.
Nice. Thank you a lot, guys, for the insights in the heads of the man behind all the action always, right? And you're gonna see them DJing while our Dance Art Festival show battles. You're gonna hear their songs in the freestyle sections. Also, DJ DK from the Blacktronic production team made a song thanks to you, man. So we are out. See you later, guys.